Hello everyone, welcome to Health Tips. I am so glad you could join me today. In this explainer, we are diving into the evidence-based science behind a functional food you definitely know, but probably underestimate, the humble prune. We are specifically looking at how they support your gut health and digestive tract, but we'll also uncover some fascinating clinical research about what else they can do for the rest of your body. If you've been looking for a natural, globally accessible, and scientifically validated way to support your digestion, you are in the exact right place. Here's the roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll meet the prune. Then, we'll break down the exact science of constipation relief, explore some surprising heart and bone health benefits, cover the necessary side effects and safety limits, and finally, look at exactly how to eat them for maximum benefit.
All right, part one, meet the prune.
So, what exactly happens when a plum becomes a prune? Well, it is all about the drying process. Fresh plums are packed with water, right? But when you dry them out in warm air, that moisture drops way down. And here is why that matters. Removing the water essentially supercharges the fruit. It drastically concentrates the nutritional profile. You are getting a much denser package of calories, complex carbs, natural sugars, and, most importantly for us today, dietary fiber, all squeezed into a much smaller bite. To put that concentration into perspective, just a half cup of prunes packs about 6.2 grams of dietary fiber. That is a massive chunk of your daily needs. We are talking roughly 21% of the recommended intake for men over 50 and around 30% for women over 50. This incredibly dense fiber payload is exactly why prunes have been the go-to, globally recognized recommendation for gut motility for generations. Moving on to part 2, the science of constipation relief. Now, this relief isn't some old wives' tale. It is pure biological machinery at work, and it happens in 3 distinct steps. Step 1, the insoluble fiber in the prune doesn't dissolve in water. Instead, it acts literally like a broom, sweeping through your system and adding physical bulk to your waste. Step 2, a specific natural compound kicks in with a highly effective yet mild laxative effect. And step 3, these 2 forces team up to accelerate your digestion, moving everything safely and efficiently through your tract. Let's zoom in on that second step, because this is where the magic really happens. The secret ingredient is a compound called sorbitol. It's a naturally occurring sugar alcohol, and prunes are absolutely loaded with it. We are talking about 14.7 grams per 100 grams of fruit. Sorbitol acts as what we call an osmotic laxative. Basically, it acts like a magnet, drawing surrounding water directly into your gut. This flood of water softens everything up, making it much easier to pass. Actually, clinical trials suggest this 1-2 punch of insoluble fiber and sorbitol makes prunes even more effective for mild constipation than some popular over-the-counter fiber supplements like psyllium husk. All right, section 3, heart and bone health. Because it's not just about your gut. You see that dark, wrinkled skin? It is absolutely packed with polyphenol antioxidants, specifically a really potent type known as anthocyanins. Now, antioxidants are like your body's personal bodyguards. They physically protect your cells from oxidative stress and the damage caused by free radicals. Long-term studies show that regularly eating these plant polyphenols is linked to lower systemic inflammation, better cholesterol levels, and a reduced overall risk of cardiovascular disease. So while you're eating them to keep your gut happy, your heart is quietly reaping some massive benefits too. And here is where it gets even more surprising: human skeletal health. Recent trials, including a major study from 2022, found that eating just 5 to 6 prunes a day can actively preserve your bone mineral density, especially in the hip area. Why? Well, prunes are a fantastic natural source of a trace mineral called boron, which is absolutely critical for healthy bone metabolism right alongside their potassium and vitamin K. This is huge for postmenopausal women who naturally face a higher risk for conditions like osteoporosis. Daily prune consumption has been repeatedly shown to lower inflammatory markers and physically slow down bone loss. Pretty incredible for a dried plum, right? Let's pivot to section 4, side effects and safety. We have to know our limits. Look, we always have to balance these incredible benefits against the reality of how our bodies process things. Because of that massive fiber and sorbitol payload we just talked about, going overboard and eating way too many prunes at once will absolutely overwhelm your digestive tract. The most common side effects of eating too many too fast, you are looking at noticeable bloating, flatulence, abdominal cramping, and, even diarrhea. If your microbiome isn't currently used to a high-fiber diet, a sudden prune overload is going to cause some real, albeit temporary, discomfort. And please keep this in mind. While prunes are a fantastic, evidence-based natural remedy for mild or occasional irregularity, they aren't a medical cure-all. If you are dealing with severe, painful, or chronic constipation, or if you've noticed sudden, unexplained changes in your digestion, you really need to consult a licensed medical professional to rule out underlying health conditions. Natural remedies and health tips are great tools, but they never replace personalized advice from your doctor.
Finally, Section 5. How to eat prunes. Let's make this practical.
To get all those gut, heart, and bone benefits without the unfortunate digestive drama we just discussed, the optimal daily target is a moderate 4 to 5 prunes per day. Now, if you don't eat a lot of fiber right now, do not start with 5. I highly recommend starting with just 1 or 2 a day. Take it slow and gradually work your way up to that 4 to 5 mark over a couple of weeks. This gives your highly sensitive gut microbiome the time it actually needs to naturally adjust to the new influx of fiber.
You can even hack your prune intake to perfectly match your daily routine. Eating them in the morning, maybe tossed into your oatmeal or yogurt, kickstarts your digestion and gives you a really steady, crash-free energy release. Need a pre-workout snack? The natural complex carbs and high potassium are perfect for preventing muscle cramps and boosting physical endurance. Or try them in the evening. The trace magnesium and vitamin B6 can actually help your body relax for better sleep, while those polyphenols go to work protecting your cellular health overnight.
But listen, if you only remember one single thing from this entire explainer, let it be this. Always pair high-fiber foods with plenty of water. I literally cannot stress this enough, because both the insoluble fiber and the sorbitol work by pulling water into your gut to add bulk. Eating dense fiber without drinking enough liquids can actually cause the exact constipation you are trying to fix. Think of dietary fiber like a dry sponge. It needs a steady flow of water to expand, soften, and do its biological job properly.
Prunes truly are a remarkable, globally accessible little superfood when you use them right. So I've got to ask, how are you going to add them to your routine? Are you team morning oatmeal, pre-workout energy, or maybe an evening snack with a little cheese? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this explainer helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more evidence-based health tips. So grab a glass of water, enjoy a prune, and I'll see you in the next one.